I'm Val O'Brien, area coordinator in Cleveland, Ohio, and this is my disciple making moment. You know, one thing I started doing a couple years ago is playing softball on Friday nights. So I affectionately call it Adult Little League. But it's been great being back after the pandemic. It's been a ton of fun. So with my team, I usually go and grab a bite to eat after our game. And a couple weeks ago, we were out at a restaurant afterwards, and we were just talking and chit-chatting as teammates. And one of my teammates goes, yeah, you know, at work this past week, one thing that really has been blowing me away, we have this group of summer interns with us, and this next generation is just so different. They're so strange. And of course, at that point, like my ears perk up to that side of the table because I do a lot of the intergenerational just conversations and ministry stuff for Sonlife. So I'm starting to eavesdrop into this conversation, and he says, you know, these interns we have, these kids, which he calls them kids, he goes, they bring up religion and politics and their salaries all at lunch. And he said he was just blown away. He's like, I'm sitting on my hands, not knowing what to say and trying to go like, guys, this isn't stuff that we talk about. But he was just saying how different and in some ways really refreshing it is that this next generation is just willing to go there. Where a lot of generations before them haven't been willing to talk about those things. You know, and I've actually had a lot of similar experiences. Recently, I had a situation with a high school girl, and we were just kind of waiting around and talking about stuff that was happening. And before you knew it, faith came up and church came up. And this girl, as it ends up, we don't even really know each other. We end up having a 20-minute conversation about what she believes and what I believe and why I believe it. And I ended up being able to share the gospel with this girl. And here's my point. Sometimes we're just too afraid to bring up Christianity and religion. We're afraid that we're going to be those pushy Christians and all kinds of things like that. But I want you to start to flip your thinking about that, especially in terms of this younger generation. They're talking about this stuff anyway. They're hungry for it. And we need to be prayerful, and we need to be humble. We need to be compassionate, and we need to be brave when we're talking to them. We need to just go for it and feel that freedom to be bold and talk about Jesus. They're thirsty for it. They're talking about it anyway. And what a cool opportunity we have as people that love Jesus, love young people, that there's a generation now that wants to talk about those things. And we want them to see their lives transformed by the power of the gospel. So be prayerful and be bold in talking about Jesus, especially with these young people, because they're weird and they're different and they actually want to talk about it. So be the one that gets to speak truth to them.